Mhm. You are all there is. Just feel yourself. Just sink into yourself. Relaxing, resting in your being without thought, just aware being. Notice how empty and peaceful. Just relax even deeper into yourself. Just unfurling without thought, just being, just simply being. Notice how expansive and vast and infinite, infinite potential, unlimited. In your awareness, aware of being aware. Try to find an edge or an end or a boundary. Too expansive, too infinite. You can't find it. You can't find your end or beginning. And you're pervading everything, permeating, enveloping, encompassing. You are the substratum, the screen of awareness from which everything appears and disappears. And there's nothing finite or objective within you. You can't find an object. Awareness can only know itself. Self-aware, self-aware being. So you can only know yourself as awareness, as the knowing. So in every experience, in every thought, feeling, sensation, perception, all you can find is yourself. And the more you bask in your being, in your presence, and expand out fully into your infinite being that you are, this expansive presence, awareness, formless, recognizing yourself as this formless infinite being. This infinite container from which everything appears and disappears. You can see clearly that that's all there is. So honing into this subtle yet obvious essence that you are, by just resting in yourself as being, and knowingly being this, knowing that you are. That is our primary experience. It's already familiar in what we've always been. So it's not an exotic experience. This recognition, consciousness, seeing itself. Recognizing yourself as the one that's aware of the sound of this voice, the one that knows the sound is everything. You're all there is. So being aware of being, recognizing yourself as the formless infinite consciousness. It's imagining this, experiencing this, is what we call awakening. And it's already done, it's already too obvious. So it's whatever is being experienced right now, whatever's being felt, thought, heard, seen, tasted, perceived, all sensations. Are you as the infinite, feeling yourself, sensing yourself, experiencing the unmanifest that you are, appearing manifest to yourself, to experience yourself. And the Vedanta part of this direct experience is getting naked of experience, turning around and looking at yourself naked, the aware being that you are, being aware consciously, turning attention onto yourself as the one that's aware, the only presence here, now. This empty, open awareness. This vast spaciousness, this empty potential. From which thoughts, feelings, sensations, perception appears and disappears. Within you, you are the source. So getting naked of being distracted with thoughts and feelings and sensations and perception, and just resting as yourself, is that direct experience. When you recognize you're not the body or the character, you're not your thoughts, you're not the feelings, the sensations, the perceived hallucination. You're the one aware of it, the one, the knowing, the one experiencing that can't be seen because you are it. It's just that the eye can't see itself. It's too close, it's too intimate. It can only be itself. You can only be infinite formless consciousness. So you are infinite being prior to experience. And just basking in your naked self. Notice how light and content, without thought, just being. Notice the blank slate. Where nothing ever happened. Where is it? You can't find it. Where's the past? There's no time. Nothing happened before this. And notice these words appearing and disappearing within you. Try to hold on to one. Where does it go? Notice that you're untouched, untainted, unchanging. You always remain. What are these words made of? Notice what knows, what's aware of these words, of this sound. Try to separate yourself from this sound, from these words. What is this sound and these words really made of? You can only find yourself. It's awareness, it's consciousness, as the knowing. So there are no objects, there's nothing finite within you. All you can find is yourself, infinite, empty, eternal. Nothing's ever touched you. This body that you thought you were is appearing inside of you. And even the body is formless. It's your mind. There is no body. All there is consciousness. So just feel yourself deeply. Dive deep into yourself, unraveling. and have a thought, even one word. Watch it appear and disappear within you. It's ephemeral, and you're untouched. Try to find the thought again. Where did it go? What is it made of? Try to hold on to a feeling or a sensation. You can't. It dissolves within you as the unmanifest. That's all there is. When you try to hold on to it or try to find out what it's made of, it disappears within you as the unseeable, unlimited, unmanifest, formless awareness. So all you can find is yourself. As the field of awareness, you remain untouched. So notice the thoughts appear and disappear like clouds in the sky. And you're the eternal sky consciousness that remains unstained, unaffected. You remain immaculate, unchanging. So this presence, this beingness that you are, is what we refer to as I. I am. Our essential being, unqualified being, prior to experience. That gets playfully misidentified with being the body or the character, the qualified, the experience of qualities, and gets wrapped up in I am a name, I am hungry, I am happy, gets wrapped up in the story and the thoughts playfully. But this getting naked, this coming back to ourselves, is so ordinary. So simple. Right now. That's all there is. Simply being. So our experience has always been non-dual. When we investigate experience, what is it really? What am I really experiencing without thought? Has all the answers. It was only a thought that was saying otherwise. And the thought did not match our experience. The thought, I am a body, does not match your experience. When you really go into the experience without thought, what is there? Just pure awareness, pure consciousness. There is no body. There's spontaneous sensations that appear and disappear in consciousness. But even that is consciousness, even that is awareness, knowing. Everything is. So awakening is the recognition that you're not the limited finite character, not the thoughts, the story that's distracting you. You're the one getting distracted. The one dreaming, imagining the sensations called the body, the qualities called the character, appearing to yourself within yourself as a frequency. So pure awareness vibrating within itself is these unique flavors. The one mind sensing. And it's not what it appears to be. All it is yourself as awareness. Not the limited character in the dream, but pure, vast, expansive, formless, infinite consciousness, imagining the character, tasting this sound, tasting yourself as this sound. So, as God dreaming the character, you get identified as the character that you're dreaming, identifying with being the limited form in the dream. So getting distracted with the thoughts and the content of experience, getting swept away and believing you're the thoughts and the sensations and the finite feelings and limited to them. Which that's just a thought or belief, because it doesn't match your actual experience. When you really tap into your experience, what's really happening. The thoughts don't match your experience. It's just a belief and assumption. So believing your thoughts is not your actual experience. It doesn't match. So awareness getting distracted by the dream it's projecting, forgetting itself as the one mind dreaming, appears to project a dream based on the idea, I'm the body. So it's amazing how, as God, as pure awareness, imagining this, dreaming this, aware of this, experiencing this, the one that, the knowing, getting tangled up in the I am the character, I am the body. The whole conundrum, the whole dream gets based off that erroneous idea. I am the finite form, limited and bound. And then all the thoughts and the whole dream is based on this idea, on that belief. So the thinking, feeling, perceiving is seen from that perspective and then projected because you're God, you're infinite being. So believing you're this finite form dreams that, projects that. And then there's this hallucinating this whole world based on that idea. So hallucinating, you know, identifying with the body and thinking that there's a body to protect and survive, and there's things that you need to do, you know, for it, that's, and that you're bound to it and limited to it, so that when the body dies, you die, and then there's this separate world that's harmful, and so then there's projecting more of that, because then there's believing that, so then there's trying to render evidence of that to keep believing it. So then there's hallucinating teachers teaching materialism or physics, saying that there's matter out there in a real world made of an earth with a core and a shape. And that you have a mind inside the body that can be affected by the body. You're limited to it. So if something happens to the body, something happens to you. Which is so playful, because that is not what you experience. And consciousness is fundamental, so the body does not affect the mind. The mind is hallucinating the body and comes prior to it, unaffected by it. And there is no body, there's only mind. So what we call a body is formless. Mind, mental, mentation, sensation that appears within you is the source, pure consciousness, that can never be harmed, can never be touched. So this getting naked, this resting in yourself, this recognizing yourself, completely changes, shifts your awareness. You see this perspective of yourself as the absolute. There is no body. You don't have a body. There is no world. There is no matter. There's only your infinite mind. And you're all there is. So it completely changes all thoughts, feelings, perception, perspective. There's no longer thinking like you're a finite form, limited and bound to a body. There's thinking as the infinite, bodiless, formless, invincible. So before, when you're dreaming or, identifying with the thoughts and the story and the character and the body, the imaginary body, the I am gets mixed up with I am this age, I am this name, I have this family and job. Awareness gets identified with the imagined unconscious object that's not even aware. The object in your awareness is not aware, is this icon that you're imagining. So this is the false identity, the illusory me. But all along, you're untouched by that. You're the one dreaming it, the one knowing, untouched, like the sky with the clouds appearing and disappearing on you, superimposed. You always remain. All along, you're the one aware, the one that knows the character, the sensations, the perceptions, the feelings, the thoughts. You're not the limited sensation thought. You're the source, the one pervading it, projecting it, experiencing it. You're not limited to being the mental object you're aware of or imagining. So awareness gets identified with the story. But when you investigate your actual experience, all you can find is your empty, open, aware self. Beingness, I, that you always are, and you can't not be. So there's this getting naked, this Vedanta part of it, where you're seeing what you are, not identifying with what you're not, and seeing everything for what it is. You're seeing that you're not the body, you're not the thought, you're not what you thought you were. That thought did not it did not match or align with your experience. So deeply dissecting your experience, you can see very clearly. Recognize yourself. Consciousness sees itself. Formless being. So you turn back around, paying attention to yourself as consciousness. Turning around and looking at what's looking. The dreamer wakes up. The one dreaming. You see yourself. You recognize your true nature is not the body, not the thoughts, not the character, but the one infinite, formless, eternal mind imagining. When you recognize yourself as the vast, infinite, aware field of consciousness that's formless and invincible, is eternal. Your consciousness, that appears to be looking at yourself in these unique perspectives of your vast, immortal, infinite self. So you rest as yourself, you expand out into yourself, and you can see clearly. And it's so funny how obvious it is in between two thoughts. It's like you fall through the gaps into yourself as the emptiness, the vast field of awareness. So that's why you dream yourself as characters or qualities, words and sounds saying, self inquire into what knows this, into what's aware of this. Without thought, keep quiet, be aware of your being without thought. Because it's too obvious. So awakening is the recognition that what we've been referring to as I is not what you thought it was. It's not what got mixed up with the body, the character, the thoughts, the story. I is infinite awareness. Myself, this sense of self, this being. I am unqualified prior to experience. So getting distracted with the thoughts and the content of experience that we're imagining, that we're projecting, hallucinating as the knowing, as awareness. Gets swept away in the problem solving, the conceptual ideas, immersed in the story is awareness getting immersed in the distracted in the content, which it's the source of. It's but getting identified with it is a finite part within itself, appearing to shrink down and look at itself in this unique aperture within itself, within its own infinite mind. And then there's just resting, honing out, just expanding out into yourself as your infinite self, seeing yourself. So this recognition transcends the identity with the character. It's and then all you can see is yourself, this formless infinite consciousness. There never has been a form or object or physical matter and anything finite. So this is seeing yourself clearly, tuning into your essential being, relaxing. being, the one that never changes, the what you've always referred to as I, that's always been there with you, this presence, this sense of beingness, this I am that never goes anywhere, is always here now. It's not an exotic experience. It's not a spiritual experience. It's what you are. You can't not be. Right here, right now. Sensing your being, being aware of being. Whoops. We can chat if you want or not.
I like just abiding with you.
Yay.
Yeah, you're just home, and it's like, I mean, I just everything can I can release. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of
Mm-hmm.
like you're already there, and it's kind of like the more I listen, the more it brings me back there. So it's like, I mean, just any subtle imputation with my mind, with
Well,
my
you're already
body.
there. Yeah,
Huh?
you're already there. So that's what you're recognizing is here
Yeah,
now.
yeah. It's like it's the illusion is falling away, like the lie, that I'm believing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I'm just like really just trying to listen as deeply as I can. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm doing. I saw something the other day that was really nice, and it's the exact same thing. It's like ignore all sensory inputs, say I am, that is source, definitely, that's it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's very simple. It's too easy. Too easy.
yeah,
Yeah, that's when you're laughing. You're like, oh my God, that's ridiculous.
yeah. It's
That's the
it
saying
is, it
hiding in
is.
plain sight. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's way too. I mean, that's one of the things. It's so easy. Like it is ease itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and so that's something I've been working on. It's like, supreme bliss is effortless already. I was describing it as non-meditation, or it's like, Rumi describes it as rings of bliss. So as you surrender deeper down into yourself, it's like you expand further and further. And as those layers shed, you return back to yourself. And
That's
so,
it. Mm-hmm.
yeah, and so that's what I'm doing. Just trying to go, and the deeper the love is, and see, that's the thing. Like that sun, that total energy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm focused on essentially. So yeah, and yeah, the totality of the power of that is insane, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's I don't know. Hmm.
Yeah, that's it. And it's so amazing how effortless that is.
Mm,
Relaxing into your being, just it's not a doom.
yeah, it
I mean,
self-dissolves.
there's no effort at all. It's
Mm,
literally the easiest ever.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to focus on essentially. It's like the way that I describe it is spontaneous self-liberation, or it's spontaneously self-liberating. So it's like I'm sitting in a state of effortlessness, and it's like, I recognize that that is the supreme bliss, and I just go as
mm,
deep into that as I can. But it's like getting caught up in emotions in my body and feelings and identities and sensations,
mhm,
essentially reactions that are sharp, it feels like.
mhm,
Um, and it's like just the consistent releasing of those and getting back into deeper and deeper peace, deeper and deeper serenity. And
mhm.
I mean, it's just going that way all the way home. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, which is already home. It's the one, it's
Ironically.
the one looking, it's the
You're
one,
in yeah.
yeah, experiencing, it's the one. It's
Mm,
um yeah, you know where to get to because you already are.
mhm.
You already are that. So you can't attain yourself or find yourself. You can only be.
Mm,
And so that there's first that Vedantic part of it where it's like so resting in your silence, just being and just
mm,
getting firmly established.
mm,
Dude, just grounding in as being, abiding fully, doubtlessly, doubtlessly. And the more you're basking in yourself, the more you know that you know that
mm,
like knowingly being and intuitive knowing um, that you already are and you've always been this and this is all there is. And so that's when it transmutes and dissolves everything within itself, where there's no separation at all, where you're just, it's so obvious.
There's
Everything is you.
there's like that plane where it's like in that complete oneness, like there is no thought, there is no, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like instead of seeing, you as, you, it's 100% like me everywhere. And so it's like one, and it's just like that stability of that one mind. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Um, it feels like, I mean, that it's like Rumi says there's a field beyond good and bad. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
so it's like in that equality, like since it's that complete unity, there is no good or bad because it's all coming from, one thing, and it can't do anything good or bad or whatever. And so it's like it's like as I rest more, and into that stillness, it seems like that stillness is that state. I think is a hmm.
Yeah, the more you relax into yourself,
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, the
the
more
more you relax into yourself, the more you see that you're all there is.
mm,
Just
mm,
like when you wake up from the dream at night, you were dreaming that you were on the beach with people and
mm,
there was an ocean and it appeared to be separate objects. And then you wake up and realize that was all me. That was all my mind. I was the beach. I was the people. I was it was all my mind. It was mental. There were no objects. There was no physical world. There was no separate people or entities, or it's all you. So this resting as you're being, it takes care of all of that. It dissolves everything within yourself. This is not a conceptual understanding with
yep.
mind. You're prior to the mind. It's experiential. You're being it already.
Mm,
So then this relaxing makes it just more obvious that that's all there is. So then all you see is yourself. And so then that is that tantric quality of it, of the inclusiveness. So first there's the exclusion, the introversion, where you're getting naked of all of the experience. You're coming all alone with yourself. You're sitting all alone with yourself as pure being. And then you turn back around, extroverted, turn your awareness back onto all experience, and you can see it is yourself. It is your unmanifest, formless consciousness. That's all there is. So that's the ecstasy part of it, or the tantric element of it, because then you can taste yourself as the infinite by sitting in a chair, by having a thought, by feeling, a sensation, at all perception. And when you dissect all perception, all you can find is yourself as pure awareness. There is no separation. All there is your one immutable self being.
mm,
So that's the tantric part. And that's when it gets fun. That's when it's like you know, the dreamer woke up. You're the one dreaming that's not in the dream. You're the infinite, invincible consciousness. So even the body is the infinite, invincible consciousness. There is no body.
mm.
There is no thing that can cause harm or do anything to me. I'm eternal. I can't die. And that's when it gets Shakti kicks in, because Shiva and Shakti are making love, so the whole world disappeared.
Mm.
And so then that's the creative time. It's just pure being. It's just pure play, playing with yourself infinitely and
Yeah.
diving deeper into yourself. And it's an infinite self-discovery. You're infinite. You can never, you have no end or beginning. And it was when it was just a thought that appeared to divide, that it was just a playful thought, belief being projected.
Mm. The more I go into, like, it's to me, it's like that liberation or that level of love is that level of play. Like the more that that's felt, the more that that aliveness comes through, and the more that that spontaneous love, just the raw
Mm-hmm.
joy of living, he comes through. So I mean, that's essentially what I'm working on by doing nothing, and so like I'm just trying to.
Not even working. There's nothing to work
Yeah, it's
on.
the
that's
exact
the
opposite.
that's
Yeah.
the problem. Is it's too easy to. There's any effort is appearing to hide from yourself. It's like there is zero effort.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm getting used to it. And I'm still getting used to it because I got anxieties and all these other things that pop up. And so it's just like just dissolving them all as they arise, you know what I mean? Because they're not existent. They're not even there. And so it's just like, arising and falling away back into that and just keeping
Yeah,
going.
that's the tantric. So the Vedantic part of that is the when those anxieties arise, right then and there, being aware without thought. You watch it dissolve within you. It
Mm,
transmutes. You can't find it because you're the infinite, unmanifest, no object. There's no finite part of you. So when you're aware of being aware of it, it all dissolves within you. That's the Vedantic part. But the Tantric part of that is intimately being that anxiety, making love to it,
mm,
like being so intimately one with it that it dissolves within you and you can't experience it because you are
mm.
it.
Yeah,
There's no
yeah.
subject object relationship. So
Mm.
there's the tantric part of that, and all of
That's the
it.
strength of that love, in my
Hmm.
opinion. That's the strength of that love. I mean, it just
Yeah.
it's all
Oh
illusion.
my gosh, you're only ever with yourself. You're all alone. You're home, sweet home,
Mm.
and safe and
Mhm.
sound at every moment. I mean,
Need to
everywhere you
get that.
look, all you can find is yourself.
Mm,
As the
mm,
one infinite mind, the one immortal beloved. That's
mm,
all there is. So you're just making love to yourself all day in this beautiful dream. You're just
mm,
yeah.
mm,
So in every way you taste
mm,
yourself. So whatever comes up that's resisted right away, if you just be it, make love to it, feel it fully without thought, be aware of it without thought, you swallow it whole
mm,
and it integrates,
mm,
becomes
mm,
home. And then it doesn't come up anymore.
mm, mm,
You devoured it.
mm. Yeah, 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 exactly. I mean, that's spot on. I don't know, it's just an intense kind of experience because like that experience is associated, the feeling that I have is associated with an experience of infinite bliss and infinite love. So it's like, and it's exactly what's going on right now. It's
And
exactly.
that's all you can find in the anxiety is infinite bliss, infinite love.
Yeah,
When
yeah,
you go
yeah,
into it, when you dissect everything, like the feeling of anxiety, if you close your
yeah.
eyes and you dive deeply, what is this made of? What is this? All you can
Mm,
find is the knowing of it. And all knowing is awareness. So all there is pure consciousness, pure awareness. There's nothing else.
mm,
Can't
mhm,
find
mhm.
anything else outside of you. You guys had your, hey guys, you have your videos on. I didn't know if you want to chat. Yay!
Hey,
Hey! Hey Jade, it looks like you're in a
down at the
beautiful
coffee shop.
countryside.
Yeah,
What a cool holodeck hallucination. That's what all of this is. This is fun.
I woke up at 5 o'clock today, but yesterday when it was 6:30, I started a meditation and it put me to sleep because if I meditate at night, I fall asleep. So I ended up getting like 8 or 9 hours of sleep anyway, so it was fine.
Beautiful. It's so amazing how the sleep dream and this dream starts bleeding into itself, like where there's no, you see it very clearly as a dream, all of it. And then there were times when I noticed that the veil got thinner and thinner each time I woke up into the waking dream. The division or the distinguishing between the dreams got thinner and thinner, and then it became more and more obvious. Right when I'd get up, I'd be like, "Oh my God, this body is appearing within me. I'm breathing it. I'm feeling it within me. Like, oh my God, this whole universe is within me." It kept expanding out.
Mm.
For some reason, it was so thin, like upon waking in the morning, where it just got thinner
Yeah.
and thinner. Yeah. And it just keeps getting deeper and deeper and deeper. And it's crazy.
And
It's
that's
a,
how Byron Katie became enlightened. Like she, it's like right at that waking moment, like she was looking at that cockroach like crawling across her foot, and she watched the formation of the world from that void because it happens right in front of you every morning,
yeah.
and she just saw it right then. Yeah, it was an
I would
instant
have to agree.
liberation. Hmm?
Sorry,
Hmm. What'd you say, Brent?
I would have to agree with the nighttime dreams merging with the daytime.
Mm-hmm.
It's you can definitely see it's just a merge from one just right into the next. It's so seamless, and I often think why would consciousness need to sleep anyways? And it doesn't. That's the thing
Yeah,
because it's
always
the
aware. Even in
your body.
deep sleep, you're aware,
Yeah,
but you're aware of nothing because you're all
yeah.
alone without experience. You're not projecting or dreaming experience, so you're all alone with yourself. Yeah, so you're always aware. And that's what's unchanging, what's always there with you. Like, that's yourself, your essential nature, your true self. And then it just got innocently tangled up with the what you're aware of and identifying with it. Yeah, there was this one morning where, right when I woke up, I was I mean, it was just so obvious. There's just pure, expansive, infinite consciousness, infinite mind. And then I was aware of the body breathing inside of me. So I'm this expansive, infinite totality field, of awareness. And then it was so obvious that the breathing body was superimposed on me, and I was pervading it. It's like encompassing, like tasting myself as this frequency. But it just how obvious it is that you're not. Even right now, I mean, it's so obvious you're not in the body. The body's inside you. You're not limited to it. You're not. And the body's formless, and your infinite mind, all there is your infinite mind. So there's nothing that can harm you or touch you.
More and more, I'll be sitting there doing something. Doesn't matter, barbecuing on the back deck or watching something, and I'll be right into it, and then all of a sudden I'll snap out of it, and it's just like, holy shit, this isn't real. And it's just like I'm watching, everything goes flat, and it's like I'll be looking around my basement. This is just a flat screen. It's so
Yeah.
weird. And then it kind of fades away. It's like, see? And it's like it's that drip feed. So you
Yeah.
get to the all in. And
Well,
that,
the more like, yeah, go ahead.
it's hard to maintain it sometimes, right? Because you get sucked back into being part of the, or you are the body being in this whatever this you think it is. It's hard. You're in and out of it. It's like but it's more and more that
Yeah,
I
it's
can
less and less.
maintain it.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
can appear gradual. And when that would happen here, I'd catch it right away. I was very vigilant. Like being in the movie theater, watching the movie, you're not in the movie. And then all of a sudden, you're the character in the movie. And then I caught it. And then I'd witness it or be aware without thought of that. And then it would dissolve again, just be. And it just got more and more obvious that that's all there is myself is formless immutable consciousness, from which the move, like the screen. So it's like being the screen, the self-aware screen that's watching the movie, appearing upon you. You're pervading it and appearing as it to yourself to experience. But you're not that. You're not limited to that. You're the one that's aware, the one that knows, the knowing. Yeah. So it just gets less and less, and the more, like I was mentioning, the more that you bask and rest in yourself, just without thought, just being.
Interesting. It's so hard to describe in using words
Mm-hmm.
because I want to say the instant manifestations or manifestations are crazy now. I can think of something and all of a sudden there it is. But then I'm like, well, wait a minute. Or was it already in the chute coming through and then you're just it's right? You'll never know if it's one or the other. Really, you'll never ever know because it's so it's just and that's matter. That's another thing that I fight with. I'm trying to you
Yeah.
feel like you want to control everything, but do you really have to? Or do you just release control and then know that everything is going to just be fine? It's so hard.
Yeah, the
That and
more,
that's
yeah,
the anxiety
that
and the
it's the
fear.
same, it's the same solution for everything. It's that
Yeah,
the resting, like that's the only answer there is. There's just
yeah,
relaxing into being yourself and
yeah.
myself, I just being aware, just aware of being, which is too easy. It's not a doing, it's effortless. It's just being without thought. It takes care of everything. It wipes the slate clean. There's no working it out with the mind. There's no even needing to think about it. Um, and it just makes it obvious that it's always been this. And you're that immaculate blank slate from which everything's appearing and disappearing. That's ephemeral. That's not even happening because you're timeless. Nothing's touching you. You're that immaculate screen from which nothing gets touched. And then it's like that the automated stuff, the Shakti energy, the character, animated, and all of this mind, this mentation being projected like on the movie screen, the screen that you are, it tickles you. You're like, oh, what's that? What is this? Oh my God. It's like the thoughts, everything. It's just tickling you. It's superimposed. It's appearing within you, and you're unaffected, and you're, eternal and immortal. And even, when you see yourself as the projection, when you see yourself as the experiences and the which all that is just sensing, because like the analogy of the VR headset, when you're wearing the VR, like I mentioned all the time with the freaking roller coaster, there's no actual roller coaster. You're not in the VR. You're not in the dream. You're the one dreaming it. You're the one mind outside of the the illusion, you know, wearing the VR headset. And so the appearances elicit these sensations, like there's that dizziness or the butterflies feeling and the sensation. And so you're the one infinite mind sensing, experiencing everything, dreaming it. You're not, and then you realize, you know, you're the omnipotence, the awareness giving rise to the VR. So it can't appear without your awareness. It is your awareness, you know, there's nothing but awareness. And then when you dissect the experience of the headset, it's not what it appears to be. All there is awareness. All there is the one experiencing the. So even there is no body or character or avatar in the headset. Just like the hologram is made out of the field from which it appears, even the hallucination of the avatar is invincible, is infinite, you know, is formless. So it's all yourself, is God. Everything is yourself, tasting yourself, talking to yourself. Just, yeah, it's
It,
amazing.
it can be the hardest part though is the conditioning or the so-called conditioning that we think that we've been under. You know, you can't do that. That goes against societal norms, or you can't do that. That's not accepted. And and I can carry that even in my nighttime dreams. I'll come up against someone and I'll get into an argument with them in a dream, like a nighttime dream, and they'll say something and I don't want to hurt their feelings. So something, you know, it's like, it's just stupid. I'm like, this is a dream. And then other dreams, I'll be like going, you know, gung ho doing whatever, you know, and and I even wake up in the morning, well, so-called wake up and I'm like, why was I such a pansy in that dream?
Oh,
Right?
how
I'm like, you
funny.
can't get hurt. How many dreams have you had and how many times have you gotten hurt in your dreams? Zero,
Oh, I
right?
know. Yeah, you're completely unharmed. You're the one
The other day
dreaming.
I caught a clip of, it was a first car down in a roller coaster, and my stomach went in my face just watching it on the TV screen.
Isn't
It was
that
so
funny?
weird. And I caught myself, I'm like, that's exactly what Ginny keeps talking about. But
Yes,
it was
it's the exact
me,
replica. You just
movie,
back up
watching.
one more step. Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
It's
So it's
crazy.
not a body, it's not a body or character that's experiencing this. It's the infinite mind consciousness
Yeah.
that's experiencing
And
this.
the sensations are
You're
amazing.
formless. You don't have a body. You can't see yourself. You can only be yourself. You can intuitively sense yourself, feel yourself, you know, intuitively, but you can't separate yourself into subject object to experience yourself as an object or see yourself as an object. You're the one experiencing, the one knowing. Yeah. And that what you were saying earlier about the what I was saying about the how this is like a shift in the way that you see yourself, the way that you see everything. It's like you have the bird's eye view, your absolute perspective. You're seeing from yourself what this is, and it becomes clear. And then sometimes it can appear gradual that the thoughts catch up, the thoughts, the way that the thinking activity happens, and the way that you perceive, the way that you relate, translates or transmits this understanding, this knowing. So it can sometimes appear to take a little while to catch up because you'll even say things that don't align with your experience, or like you said with the thinking that there's um like in the dream or whatever, it just it ends up aligning with this understanding. And then you think from the perspective of I am the infinite. There's nothing but my infinite self. There is no form, there is no body, there is no harm. There's nothing that can harm me. I'm invincible. I'm I'm eternal. And that's all there is. And then that's that love, is just the um feeling your infinite self, and that's all you can feel, that's all you can see, that's all you can sense, that's all you can hear, that's all you can taste, touch, and smell. You know, it just, so the more you bask, the more firmly established, because that's what I did. The more that I which is not a doing, it's just being, the more I relaxed deeply, the more firmly established, doubtlessly. And that's when it's doubtless, and that's when you don't have fear anymore. You can't have a fear. There's no separation. If you're every thought and you're literally everything, what is there to resist? You know? You made love to everything. So Shiva made love to Shakti, and then everything disappeared. So you make love to the thoughts, you become one with it. Then you don't experience it. There's no separation. There's no subject-object relationship. So even pain can be ecstasy because you're one with it. You're not separate from it, and you've always been one with everything. It was just a feeling of resistance, kind of like looking through the headset. There was elicited sensations of resistance, but you were the one wearing the headset all along that was never affected by the resistance or the sensations or the identification with the avatar. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just continuing to abide in effortlessness and the reminding of myself of that, and just going back into non-meditation. That bliss is beginning to come through more and more and more, and it's becoming more and more stable. So that's great.
Beautiful.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. Even if there's tests can come up to test yourself, you know, where something will happen with the body or something will, you know, test you. And right when that resistance comes up, be aware without thought and watch it dissolve within you. And it destroys everything, like the analogy of Kali dissolves everything by being aware of it without thought. Because by being aware without thought, you're seeing yourself as the absolute, as the one dreaming, as pure consciousness. So each time that comes up, yeah. And then you just keep dissolving within yourself. And that's the you know, that it can appear gradual or it can appear instant, where it's like a dumpster fire. It just, or like a deleting a hard drive in the computer. It's like it can instantly get rid of all limited beliefs and concepts, just the absolute perspective instantly. And then there's no test coming up or no fears, no. There's just basking in your infinite being. So there's no one way or the other. There's no, that would be a limited thought or belief. And there's no limitations. All limited beliefs are scams. All beliefs
Yeah,
are scams.
exactly. Everything is a scam.
Everything's a scam, yeah.
Everything's a scam. Yeah.
Yeah. Those cute little thoughts, once you start witnessing and you're like, oh, you're so cute. You can't fuck with me anymore. You know? You're like, I'm unfuckwithable. Like I'm invulnerable. Nothing can touch me.
An analogy that I sometimes use or talk to myself about is if you have the projector and it's projecting your reality for you, you as the projector, or you're creating your reality as in consciousness, so as consciousness, but your fears and stuff can be like a filter that's filtering certain aspects of the light out. And then it's just a matter of removing that filter and allowing pure consciousness, pure light, pure God, whatever you want to call it, just to
Mm-hmm.
shine through. And
Yeah.
that's That's it. You just got, and that's the veil. That's how I consider it, the veil, right? It's like a filter. You're filtering out whatever.
Yeah, as awareness, pure awareness, you're getting
Exactly.
distracted with being too focused on the thought, which
Yeah.
the thought is limited. It's saying that you're limited. So there's this feeling of resistance to it, and the intuition is alarming that there's an error because you already know you're the infinite. You already know that you're not limited. So those thoughts that come up, which is what people call fear, is just a limited thought being resisted. And the fear is the alarm system screaming, wake up. You're God. You're not, this is not separate. And you're unlimited. You're limitless. You're infinite. Wake up. And so that's why it feels uncomfortable. And that's what wakes you up from the nightmare at night. So this is, everything is pointing to what's happening. So the nightmare at night is the hardcore resistance and the fear that wakes you up because you're refusing to accept that. And so you're thrashing and you're waking yourself up. And so that's all that is. So each time that fear comes up, you just be aware. It's the same formula for everything. Just be aware without thought and watch it dissolve within you. Whatever's being resisted, that limited thought, by being aware of it without thought, awareness sees itself. Consciousness turns around and looks at itself. You see yourself as God. And then you transmute it. You swallow it. You dissolve it within yourself. And even if you do an experiment, it's fun to do experiments with it. Like, try to hold on to it. Try to hold on to any thought, sensation, feeling. You can't. It dissolves by being aware of it. You dissolve everything. And everything is you. All you can find is yourself. When you look deeply into that thought that was being resisted, all you can find is yourself as awareness. What is the thought made of? What is the resistance made of? All there is pure consciousness. That's all you can ever find, ever.
Yeah, I've noticed that lately when a negative thought will come up and I won't work on the thought. You don't try and find a solution with another thought. It's just like
Exactly.
be aware
That
of
is
it.
a
You're just
mess.
like,
That is a
it's just
disaster.
right. Exactly. Then you start spiraling out of control. But
Yeah.
then I just sit there and it's like I in my I, what was that thought? And then you just put your attention to it. Yeah, and it just goes away. It just dissolves. It's
It's
the same as the
amazing.
fear. Or
It's
the
so
fear, not the fear,
simple.
but
Yeah.
the pain. Same as
Yeah.
the pain. Just put your attention to it and then it just fades away.
Yeah. With pain, if you're so intimately aware, being the sensation without thought, being so intimately one with it, you stop experiencing it's crazy. Like, it dissolves. Everything dissolves within you. So there is no subject object duality. This collapses everything. You can only know yourself. You can only be aware of yourself. That's pure awareness. And so there is no experiencing anything because you cannot separate from yourself to be a subject object, relationship. So by being one with everything, you're not experiencing anything. You're being everything intimately, so immediately, timelessly. And it's so obvious that when you bask in yourself, that's it, pure consciousness without thought. When a thought appears, try to hold on to it. Watch it dissolve. It's so ephemeral. Everything is. Every appearance, every sensation, every experience, everything, nothing has ever happened. This is timeless. It's so obvious. I mean, where is it? Where the fuck is it? Where did the thought go? You can't even find it. Where did those words go? Where did the sound go? Where is it coming from? All you can find is your limitless, infinite self, pure consciousness. timelessly eternal, unstained. None of it's touching you. And so it just becomes more and more obvious, and then you always are content, because you're the stainless screen. It's just appearing and disappearing, just ephemeral, imaginary. It's your mind. It's your infinite mind. It is yourself. And you're unmanifest. So you cannot experience anything finite or objective. You can't. So even look at this scene. Were you saying something, Brent? Oh, okay.
I was just talking to a barista.
Oh, cool. So, yeah, even looking, because it can be so easy at first to directly experience this with your eyes closed, where it's so obvious. There's just consciousness and there is no form or object or anything. And then when you open your eyes, you'll see that it's the same. There's no distinguishing. So what is what's being seen? There's just an image appearing in yourself as consciousness. And what is this image made of? There's just pure seeing, which is sense perception, which is consciousness, which is awareness. So that's all there is. So it's just, that's all you see. Is knowing, is awareness. That's all you see. That's all you sense. That's all you touch. That's all you feel. That's all you smell. That's all you taste. That's all you hear. Is yourself, is pure awareness. You're everything. And what's being seen is not what it appears to be. All there is knowing. All there is pure, infinite, unseeable, formless, infinite, unmanifest awareness, consciousness. So that's all you're ever experiencing. Yay, doesn't anyone have anything else to say? I gotta run scoop up my boy in the imagination. Gotta go pick him up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thanks.
Jay. Thank you, Brent. Thank you.
you.
Yay. Big hugs. Mwah. Talk to you soon. Yay.
See you next time.
How fun.